Hey guys, so we are going to do a fun 60s inspired look today. We're getting yet another snowstorm. We're supposed to get like 10 inches of snow today, so I won't be going anywhere. So I figured why not do a look that is so impractical but just fun. I'm going to do blue eyeshadow and bright bubblegum pink lips with bright bubblegum pink cheeks. You know, completely don't leave the house type makeup, but would have looked very appropriate if it was 1967, we'll say, because that's the type of makeup that a lot of people wore back then. So yeah, just something really fun. And plus, I'm gonna do the makeup from start to finish, so you'll get to see some of the newer products that I bought in action. Like I'm gonna use one of those new Fergie blushes, the bright pink one. I'm going to show you how the concealer works, and I also purchased the last Wet n Wild Mega Last liquid lip color shade that I didn't have from the line yesterday, so I wanted to kind of build a look around that. The shade is called Click on My Hyper Pink, and it's a bubblegum pink. So that was the only one that I hadn't picked up before, so now I have every shade of these. Okay, so let's get started. Very first thing I always do is use my EOS lip balm. There's hardly anything left in this, but I like to prep my lips now, that way when I get to the lip product I won't have too much moisture on there, and it should apply fine because this will all be sunk in. You're gonna hear snow plows out there as we go along. Alright, the next product I'm going to use is my face primer, which currently I've been using Almay SmartShade Luminous Primer. And it's just a pink primer that gives your face a glow. I just do one pump on my hand and just kind of work that into anything that feels dry or need some sort of a canvas for the makeup. Okay, and then the next thing I do is my corrector. I've been switching up the order that I use my products in, trying different things, and I kind of been liking this order of things. So after I do the face primer, I use my corrector, which is Benefit Ooh La Lift, and it's a pink corrector to counteract the blue dark circles, and I blend that in with my ring finger. This is definitely my worst circle, and my circles I think are related to my sinus issues and like the side that I sleep on at night and the way the fluid and stuff drains. So this one is really bad because I mostly sleep on my right side, or is it my left side? I don't know, but anyways I put a little bit extra on that eye. The next thing I'm going to use is CoverGirl Clean Whipped Creme Foundation. This has been discontinued. They had this on clearance the other day at a store I was at, and I was really tempted to buy a backup because I like it that much and it won't be available anymore. They had one jar in my shade, which is number 320 Creamy Natural. I opened it up and it looked like a million people had stuck their finger in the jar. It wasn't sealed or anything. So I was like, no, I think I'll pass on that. I'm sure I'll find another foundation that I love when this is done. I'm going to use a Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush brush. And this is just a really, really thick, creamy foundation. I love the coverage that this gives. I love the way it feels on my skin. But you know, there's so many great foundations coming out all the time that I'm not worried about finding anything to replace this. Plus I still have lots of foundations that I really need to use up. So that's what I should do, is when I'm finished with this, is just, you know, keep systematically plugging away at the foundations that I already have. It's so hard not to buy new things that come out, because, you know, when you're really into makeup, you just want to try everything. And that creates a problem because none of these things are meant to last more than a couple years. Any kind of cream, liquid type product should probably be tossed after about 2 years. So I'm really trying to use what I've got before I buy more, but sometimes, you know, people start talking about a certain product and you just want to try it so bad that you can't resist and you go out and get it. So I like to take this down and blend it as much as I can right onto my neck, because my neck is kind of extra white in comparison to a lot of the rest of me. So I like to blend this really well. And I even sometimes just brush a little bit on my ears, because my ears are super white too in comparison to the rest of me. So I like to try to get some extra color there. Okay, now another thing I've been doing is using my foundation as an eyeshadow primer. So far I haven't had any problems with that. So I'm just take a little bit on my brush and just put it all over the eye area. What's nice about having the foundation in a jar like this is, if you pick up too much product on your brush, you can just wipe the edge of the brush right on the jar. So I kind of like that. I think I have another creamy whipped cream foundation like this by Revlon that I could probably switch over to next, but from what I recall, I don't think I like that one as much as I did the CoverGirl one, but we'll see. I don't really remember if I have that one or not, or if it got purged. I can't remember now. I might have had to throw that one out. Okay, so next is my new concealer by Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild Come Correct Celebrity Concealer in Fair. And this is a Fergie line. This is, I believe, going to be a Walmart exclusive. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and see, it's pretty thick. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Been having good luck with that for concealer. Put that on right over the Benefit Ooh-Ah Lift. Put a little bit more. Yeah, I love these squeezy tube concealers. They're great. And everybody's coming out with them now. Okay, so Next, we're going to move on to blush, and I'm going to use the new Wet n Wild Fergie blush, Around the Clock blush in the shade Brush with Danger. And this is just like a bubblegum pink. I'm going to use an Inglot 4SS brush. I like using a really small brush because it gives me more control over where the blush is being placed. So I'm just going to see how much powder that kicked up. So I'm going to have to tap off my brush and then very gently stipple this in the area that I want. Now, there's already a lot of blush there, so I'm just going to try to pick up what's there. And then tap off my brush again. And stipple it into place. Alright, next I'm going to take MAC's Taupe Blush. This is what I use as my face contour. Sometimes, it depends on the look, but if I'm doing it, especially for something cool like this, I definitely want a cool contour. And I just use the same brush, believe it or not. It works out okay, so just kind of swirl my brush in there a little bit and tap it, and then suck in my cheek. Going a slightly different angle with my contour today. I saw a picture in a magazine of somebody's contour that was more sharply angled upward, and I thought it looked pretty cool, so I'm trying that out today. I don't know if I like it better like this or not. I'll have to wait until the look is finished to see. Okay, we are doing a 60s throwback blue eyeshadow. I'm going to apply my lid shade with a MAC 239 shader brush, and I'm going to use MAC Moon's Reflection. This is in their permanent line. It's just a light blue eyeshadow. So I'm going to put some of that on my brush and put it on my eyelids. Yeah, when I think of 60s makeup, I definitely think of blue eyeshadow. I feel like I've got a brush hair tickling my nose. I hate that. Okay, now next what we're going to do is we are going to take a MAC 217 brush, and this shade is called Blue Flame. It's from an old MAC collection from, I want to say 2008. called Cool Heat, and in their infinite wisdom, MAC released another eyeshadow a few years after that that was a mineralized eyeshadow with the same name. So I don't know, somebody wasn't doing their homework, I guess, because why would you release another eyeshadow with the same name from a different collection? So there are two MAC eyeshadows called Blue Flame. This is the regular type eyeshadow, not the mineralized one. And if, seeing as how you can't get this, if you wanted to recreate this look, you could use Deep Truth instead, which is another dark blue, but this one is a little bit brighter of a blue, and that's what I was going for, was, you know, a bright blue eyeshadow look. So I'm going to use Blue Flame and put a little bit of that on the 217 brush, and I'm going to start in the outside corner and work it in. Okay, what I like to do is like get some in that general vicinity and then go back and blend it some more, sometimes with a different brush. So I'm going to move on to the other eye, even though that one is not done. Put some more product on my brush and do the other eye. Wow, I used a lot more product that time. No problem, that's what blending brushes are for. We're gonna switch to a Real Techniques brush now. I think the name of this is Worn Off. Yeah, the name is Worn Off. So it's just one of their eye brushes. I'm gonna start with this one because there's obviously a lot more eyeshadow on this side than the other one. And I'm going to blend right on the edge of this, not so much directly in the crease as the edge part. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, I have way more on this side than I do on this one. So with that same blending brush, I'm gonna take a little bit more of this Blue Flame and add it to this eye to sort of make it more even. And you can see I've got it like all over that outside area, so we can clean that up, no problem. When you're working with really bright pigmented colors, that will happen sometimes. You know, you can just take a piece of tape and put it there to protect that area, which is probably what I should have done. Okay, let's see if we can clean some of that up now. I'm just gonna take a wipe, see if I can clean that up without messing up my face makeup and concealer. And then I'm gonna also go like along the brow bone. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that right along the brow bone or brow arch from the midpoint on, and I'm gonna blend that in with a clean blending brush. Let's see, what have I got left that I can use here? This is a Real Techniques. Wait a minute, let's see if I can find something better than that. Yeah, let's just use, let's use a different Real Techniques brush. I think this is a domed shadow brush. I love a white highlight with blue shadow. So this is going to mix with a little bit of that residual blue shadow that was there, so it's not going to look quite so stark white. Do the other eye. Yeah, from about the midpoint on, and then go outward. This is also gonna blend out any excess blue. Okay, now I'm gonna need to go back again with my blending brush and just go over that area because it removed too much of the color. I'm not going to add any additional product. I want to see if I can get away with just what's on the brush. No, I'm going to need to add more because putting that white on, actually it's a good idea to do your highlight shade first. That way it doesn't mess up your other work. Okay, I got to be very careful here that I don't use too much blue, because I really don't want to add that much more. Very, very lightly going in here. And do the same to the other eye. Very, very gently tapping this in here. Okay, I need to either make this bluer in the crease or this whiter, which I'm gonna need to add more blue over here. In order to make it look symmetrical. Did I pick up the wrong brush? Yeah, I think I did. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I think I've gotten blue and white on both of them now. that looks pretty even. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to take a Maybelline Master Kajal Cream Kohl eyeliner, and this is in Navy Night. It looks more like a bright blue to me. And I'm going to put that on my waterline. Sorry about that, guys. I normally take the phone off the hook when I film, but as it turns out, it's a good thing that I forgot this time because that was an important phone call. All right, so let's pick up where we left off. I was tightlining my upper waterline with this Maybelline Navy pencil. If you like to tightline, this is the best. Any kind of Kajal pencil is the best for that. All right, now I'm just gonna do the bottom lash line. And I'm not doing the waterline, I'm doing right at the root of the lashes. All right, now we're gonna move on to mascara, and my favorite mascara at the moment is Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus in Amped Up Black. Okay, now for my brows, I've been going back and forth between a couple different brow products lately, but for this look, because it's so cool, I'm definitely going to use my Love and Beauty by Forever 21 retractable brow pencil in gray, because this definitely goes better with the look. If I go really light with this, I don't even have to blend it. It just blends in so nice with my brows, even though my brows aren't gray. Okay, brows are done. And last but not least, the lips. Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Lip Color in Click on My Hyper Pink. So the thing with these is you can only do one coat with the Wet n Wild ones. You have to let it dry completely before you touch your lips together in any way, shape, or form. So once I apply this, I won't be able to speak because I'll be waiting for it to dry. So what I'll probably do is after I apply it, I'll just shut the camera off and then go fix my hair and come back and show you the end result. So that is the finished look. This is my fun 60s makeup look, and I will see you next time. Bye.